Good morning, everyone. It is 12th January, and this is day 12 of Permission to Breathe. I'm Kelly Davis, NLP practitioner, timeline therapist, hypnotherapist, work or business and life coach. I'm still in my pajamas, but it seems like it's a pajama day for now until I go out later on. And today's day 12 with regards to the breathing. What I've done today is I've done 4 minutes of a breathing technique called Nadi Shuddhi. It's an energizing technique, and it's part of Sadhguru's Upa Yoga. And I'm finding that it's quite helpful to get my energy up in the morning. And one of my friends was on this morning. I noticed a post, she was on live, saying that she's really struggling with getting up and getting her energy flowing at the moment. I don't know whether anybody out there is experiencing the same thing. So what I've done today is I've split my breathing, the 12 minutes, 4 minutes of Nadi Shuddhi, and I'm going to do 8 minutes of the belly breathing this evening, because the belly breathing was something that I found quite challenging yesterday. And so now the challenge is on for me to quiet my mind within the first 5 minutes rather than the second 5, and consciously work on that. If anybody hasn't tuned in yet, this is my January challenge, starting with 1 minute on the 1st of January, building up by a minute a day to the 31st of January for conscious breathing, and not necessarily for you does it have to be conscious breathing. It can be conscious anything, but it's to bring our awareness back to self, to our thoughts, to our feelings, to help us to focus on what we can focus on and what we can control, which is certainly our inner world. There's too much chaos going on around us outside, too many mixed messages, too much drama. And I think a lot of people are suffering because they're taking all the drama in and they're trying to process it, and it's becoming quite difficult to process. On that note, just in terms of how our brains work, what we can perceive is a very small, tiny percentage of what is in front of us. And I have a feeling I'm going to get these figures wrong because I haven't looked at it for a while. But basically, there are 11 million bits, or possibly more than that. There are now studies. And I remember when I did my NLP that it had already gone up. But 11 million bits per second of information flowing at you constantly, and your brain can pick up and deal with about 360 or 375 bits per second of information. The rest of the information your imagination fills in, and I think that our imaginations currently are absolutely working overtime, because we get a small bit of information, and that little bit of information or those 11 million bits of information are filtered, right? They are filtered through what in NLP we would call a communications model. And we delete, distort, and generalize the information that is coming at us. So something comes at us from outside, and there are a number of things that affect it that we have built up since childhood. It's our attitudes, it's our values and beliefs, decisions, memories, language, everything that has been external, time, space, matter, a couple of other things. But we are constantly filtering information. And in my mind at the moment, I feel like we are filtering the wrong information in, that our values and beliefs and whatever's going on externally is possibly being distorted. And again, this is just an estimation in my mind. I could be completely incorrect. But certainly our perception is what we get, is what we take in, and the rest is filled in essentially by imagination. And so this is very important to remember at this time. And the one thing that, again, I can ask you to focus on, if you close your eyes and take a breath, give yourself the time to focus on what is important. The only important thing for you and for anybody around you is you. And when I say anybody around you, what I'm trying to say is you focusing on yourself and being conscious of your behavior, your feelings, making sure that you are okay internally, then has a knock-on effect with everything outside of you. We cannot change anything outside of us. You cannot force somebody to change. The one thing you can do is you can make a change. You can make the amendments that you need to do within yourself. You can have a look at your world from the point of view of, what feedback am I getting about me that if I were to change, or if I were to adjust, or if I were to be more flexible, how would that assist everything that's going on outside? And there is a knock-on effect with that. We need to be the change that we want to see in the world. And I believe that's a Gandhi quote. Maybe not exactly, but it's the truth. It is the truth. All right, enough lectures for the day. The Nadi Shuddhi breathing, I will put a link on, because I believe that I'm not really qualified to teach it. And so I will put a link on with a small video on how to do the Nadi Shuddhi. I would imagine it's best done in the morning to energize. I did it at night a few nights ago, and I think it energized me too much because I didn't sleep. And I think possibly the belly breathing is possibly a better option, either during the day or later on in the day. So the Nadi Shuddhi, just to give you a quick breakdown, if you are pregnant, you shouldn't do it. It gives you the months that you shouldn't do it in. I think it's month 3 and 4, but for now, I'm going to just put a disclaimer on that no pregnant women should do it. Nadi Shuddhi is done by holding your small finger and the inside, and your index, not your index finger, your ring finger, like so, and your thumb like so. And basically what you're going to do is set yourself a timer for 4 minutes. You are going to sit cross-legged on the ground. You're going to take your left hand and rest it in your lap. All right. And then it is very, very basic. You relax, you close your eyes, and very lightly touch and close your nostril. You don't have to press it in and press your head. The idea is gentle as possible. Close one side of your nose, breathe in. And breathe fully out. Expel all the air that exists. And then you take your 2 fingers and do the same on the other side, and exactly the same. Breathe in through one side of your nostril, breathe out, fully expel all the air, and continue to do that and swap until the 4 minutes are done. With your eyes closed, with your left hand gently in your lap. And but again, I'd like you to actually go and watch the clip, and I will put a link to this at the bottom of my YouTube page and also the Facebook page, in case anybody's really interested in having a look at proper instruction on Nadi Shuddhi, like I said, for energizing. Just another little note. I had an amazing chat with a very close friend of mine yesterday, who has filled my heart with joy speaking to him. My friend Aaron, and but we had a discussion about procrastination. And both him and I have wanted to move into more creative areas, and both of us have been stuck in hospitality for a number of years. And we have both sort of been building on the side everything that we needed to do. I've studied and done all sorts of, I don't know, I've done ceremonies, and I've gone to retreats and all sorts of things, studied Reiki, studied pranic healing, studied chirology, NLP, timeline therapy. I mean, I've got a mixed bag of, I've gone down every possible road that I could to get a greater picture of who we are as human beings, and how best to help or encourage a human being to be whole and perfect, which is exactly what they are. So how they can realize that again. Aaron has an amazing business. He makes the most amazing cakes, birthday cakes and cupcakes in Cape Town. He's Anywhere I've been in the world, Aaron, my friend Aaron is the best. If you ever need cakes or cupcakes in Cape Town, let me know. I will happily point you in the right direction. But it's this procrastination thing that we put off. We put off the side of us that is so passionate and so full of joy. And so, that is where our heart lies. That is what we want to do. We can't imagine being anything else. And yet, both of us have procrastinated over years staying in the hospitality industry. And I wonder, in my mind, this is more of a question, was it because it was easy? And believe me, hospitality is not an easy job to be in, especially when you're managing. So not an easy choice in that sense, but was it an easy choice because that is what we got to know and we were too fearful to take the step out? So both of us in recent months have done that. We have taken the step outside of, in fact, slightly longer than the last few months, kind of in the last 2 years, have stepped outside of the boundaries of the comfort zone that we have been sitting in. And we have both now moved into what makes our heart sing, and how we spoke yesterday about how much happier we are. And yes, there's hard work ahead, no doubt. We have 2 new careers and 2 new businesses to build, and building a business is by no means easy. And anybody out there who's started a business or is about to start a business or is prepared to build a business, have the balls to do it, because the reward at the end of the day in terms of what you can create and your freedom over what that is far outweighs the work that needs to be put in. I think that anybody that's truly passionate about something, not to just start a business just for no reason, just to make money. I'm not talking about that type of business. I'm talking about doing what you love on a daily basis, that it is no longer work and that it is something that you can throw yourself heart and soul into. And that is how I feel about the coaching and therapy side of business, because I believe that there's just so much to be done in the world, and human beings have the right to reach that beautiful potential that sits inside of them. We are all born perfect and excellent. Why do we seek anything less than that within ourselves? Why do we believe that we are anything less? Human beings are magical creatures if we want to be. And I think we've just gotten lost. But yeah, so my question today is around procrastination and why we get stuck in procrastination. And just something for you guys to think about when you're doing your breathing or whatever else it is. Maybe you're procrastinating over doing the breathing. Maybe you're procrastinating over an exercise program. I don't know, whatever it is you're procrastinating over. Find something that really makes your heart sing so that you don't need to procrastinate anymore. Cool, guys. Today was day 12. If anybody's looking for assistance with therapy or coaching online, I am online at the minute. You can pay through PayPal, and if you want to, you can either DM me through Facebook, or I have a bookings app through Facebook, something along those lines. I don't know. I don't use it very often. I'm more used to chatting on Messenger or email, so you're welcome to contact me there. Otherwise, enjoy the breathing today. Please go online and research whatever techniques and find a technique that makes sense to you. So whatever you're going through, find a technique online and research it and have a look at how to do it. The Nadi Shuddhi for me is working from an energetic point of view, and also the belly breathing, because it's a challenge for me. I'm continuing with that. Otherwise, I'm exercising and I'm watching what I eat at the minute, because I think last year was absolutely crazy with all of that stuff. We were all at home baking and cooking and drinking and I don't know what else. But anyway, tomorrow's day 13 and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Have an absolutely amazing day. Loads of love.